Hey everybody, this is our introductory video in which I am going to explain some basics about the class for you, so pay attention. Here we go. All right, first we're going to talk about how the class is laid out online. I'm going to talk to you about attendance and how I take it and what happens if you are marked absent. I'm going to talk about the timing of some due dates and that kind of thing. Timing of the class. I'm going to go over all of the assignments, meaning I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, but I'm not going to go into that part of it in detail. I'm going to go over the syllabus really fast, and then I'm going to talk about the various videos that are associated with the class website. So first of all, I assume that you got to this page on the website because otherwise I don't know how you are viewing this video. So this is where you should begin. It says start here. And for each one of these pages that you see over here on the left, make sure that you read all of the things that are found on the page. Make sure that you follow all the hyperlinks. Make sure that you view all the videos, read all the things. There are quizzes, there are discussion boards, there are essays. You can't get through this class successfully without engaging at least a little bit with the materials. Here is the way that you contact me. This is information about me, how you get in touch with me. I do not have an office on campus, so please don't try to call it or come find it because it is not there. You can reach me via email. Please, for the love of all that's holy, do not go up here and try to reach me via the LMS email, because it does not email me. It just depends on me sitting here in the LMS constantly waiting for you to email me. And that's not a really good use of my time. So I check that email very, very rarely. If you want an answer to your question rapidly, which I assume if you're actually asking the question, you do want an answer. If you want an answer in a timely way, you're going to need to email me. Do not use the LMS email system to email me. All right, here's where announcements will pop up. I will contact you when I have finished grading things. I will be in touch with you via this announcement page when there are things that I need to say to the whole class, when I need to make a point of y'all need to go look at this thing, or I've posted this thing, or I'm done with this thing. So this is where you should come and look to see if there is any information here on a regular basis. This is where your syllabus and schedule live. The calendar is right here and the syllabus is right here, and we will go over those as soon as I've run through each one of these things. Here's where you go to do the EVA. This is when it is due. If you do not do it by this time, I have to kick you out of the class and mark you as a no-show, which is a very bad thing. So please don't put this off. It's one question. It's no big deal. Just go pause the video. Heck, don't even pause the video. Go do this while I'm talking to you. Okay, so week one, you can see I make another big deal about the EVA. Please do the EVA. I will typically make your week look like this, where there's kind of a heading up here, and then there's maybe something that I want to bring attention to here, and then I give you a to-do list. I am one of those people who just likes to have a list. So as you can see, there are some things missing here. That's because I haven't done the weekly lecture video yet, but I will. And you should work through all of these things. You don't necessarily have to do them in the list order that they're in, but you know, it would be kind of silly to try to do the reading quiz before you've read the reading, because you only get one shot with the quizzes, just FYI. And they all have due dates. If there's not a due date showing here, there will be a due date in the description down here. As a general rule, anything that is found on the page is going to be due by that Sunday night. So this right here will be due Sunday night the 23rd by midnight. If you don't do it by then you're going to lose some points. So each week is set up in that way. As you can see, we have 8 weeks. And just as an aside here, 8 weeks is half of the amount of time that we typically get to cover all of the information that's here. So please be aware of several dates. The due dates associated with your assignments, the beginning of class, the end of class, the time in which you have to do the EVA, the date by which I do the attendance. So every week you have to turn something in, and sometimes I specify what that thing will be. Let's see, for instance, right here, there is a discussion board, and I make note here, this is ungraded and for the purposes of attendance. If you don't do this discussion board, then what that means is that you will be recorded as absent. This is what I am using to determine whether you are in the class this week or not. So you could turn in everything else and skip this and be absent. I don't know why you would do that, but just, you could. Be aware of that. So I turn in attendance on the Monday following that week's following that calendar week. So I would turn in attendance on 4/7 for week 3. All right. So if you have not completed this forum by that date, you are absent. I do my level best to make it really clear when something is due. And if you're not 100% sure of when something is due, then please, for heaven's sake, definitely email me and ask. However, I do ask that you please make an attempt to find the answer yourself. Make an attempt to locate the answer to your question. Forward thinking, and go and look for these things yourself, and try to find the answer to your question before you go asking for somebody to help you, because you are capable of finding the answer. Usually, and I don't by any stretch of the imagination mean that I never make mistakes, but usually there is an answer to your question somewhere on the website, within the syllabus, within the assignment sheet, associated with whatever it is that you're trying to find out. So we will work through each one of these weeks, and we will move on to the next week. At the close of the previous week, I don't make the previous week go away. It stays there forever. But if you don't turn things in on time, you begin to lose points, or you can't turn them in at all. Let's talk about that. That is found in the syllabus. Let's see, that's the calendar. Shoot, I thought that I had the syllabus open, and I do not. Okay, so here's where you go for the syllabus. So here's your no-show census date. Again, I'm mentioning this again just in case you haven't gone and taken the quiz. For heaven's sakes, go do it. Let's look at the information related to late work. Here it is. You do not, I will say that again, do not have to email me and ask for my permission to turn things in late. You may turn things in late. It's totally up to you. It is a choice that you can make. If you choose to turn that work in late, there are a couple of things that might happen. You will definitely lose some points. For each calendar day the work is late, the grade drops by 5 points. After 5 days, you can't turn the work in. Some work is not eligible for this. If it's really minor work, if it's an ungraded assignment, no, you can't do that. If it is very low stakes, no, you can't do that. But if it's an essay, you may turn things in late. with just a few caveats here. You will lose points, and after a certain point, you can no longer turn the work in. And no amount of emailing me is going to change that, especially if we're talking about the end of the semester. I have no wiggle room when it comes to my grades. Please do not email me at the end of the semester, tell me that you forgot to turn in an essay and you want to turn it in. I will not be able to accept it, and I will point you to this section of the syllabus. This might sound obnoxious, this might sound kind of mean, but it has become an enormous issue that students think they can willy-nilly turn things in, and that's, I try to respect your time. I expect you to treat me the same. So please turn things in on time. Don't think that you're not bound by the laws of time and space like everyone else is. So these are the repercussions you can expect if you turn things in late. Another issue with this is that we are on a short semester, and if you have not done something like, say, the draft of an essay, it's going to be real hard for you to get full credit for that draft when we have now moved on to the final draft of the essay, or maybe even the next assignment. So we have a very short amount of time. And I don't mean to keep saying this, but I want you to be aware of that. So please review the syllabus to find out more about any of your questions. You should also be aware of the attendance policy. I have to take attendance, and if you disappear, if you fail to turn something in for 2 consecutive weeks, I have to pull you out of the class. I will have to give you a W, which is not an attractive look on your report card or on your transcript. So please try to avoid that. Please don't disappear. If you don't do the EVA, I have to mark you as a no-show. If you decide at a certain point in time that you will not be able to complete the class, for instance, you have won the lottery and you no longer feel that a college education is needed because you are going to be disgustingly wealthy, I am very excited for you, and I wish it was me. But there still is something that you need to do just to make sure that your records are all closed up correctly. After a certain point, you can no longer withdraw from the class. If you get to the end of the semester and you have got an F in the class, you can't just all of a sudden say, you know what, I'm gonna call a do-over. I'm just gonna withdraw and try this again. No, you can't do that. You have to withdraw prior to a specific date, and that can be found, I believe, on the academic calendar. That's a link right there. But 75% point of the course. After that point, you are stuck, and you have to either pull your grade out of the weeds as best you can, or just, know that you're going to have to try this again. Please do not make use of AI or plagiarize in any other way. It's very disappointing when students do that. I do use the various tools that the school makes available to me, problematic as they are. And I do make use of other tools that I have at my disposal to check and make sure that nothing has been, that no shenanigans have taken place. I try to go forward from the standpoint of you are honest. I am assuming that you are honest and that you are here to learn some things. And if you have AI write your paper, which you certainly could do, and possibly could turn it in and get a good grade on it, that's not, I'm sure that happens all the time. However, in the event that is, not how it goes, you can really shoot yourself in the foot by doing that. And we're going to talk more about how you can avoid being accused of using AI if you haven't, because I know that a lot of students get accused of cheating that way. And I do my level best not to accuse students of it unless I'm fairly certain that something has gone on. But I know that I'm not perfect, and the software that's out there certainly is not perfect. So we will talk more about this in the semester, but please just don't do it. All right, that's the syllabus. And I mentioned also the calendar is right here. And let's see if I can find, there it is. Okay, so it's, as you can see, it's very short, simple, to the point. That's because we only have 8 weeks. I've tried to make it as easy to read and understand as possible. I think in terms of dates and not in terms of units and that kind of thing. I've put the important due dates down here. The only thing that's not listed, there's 2 things not listed here. One of them is the EVA, and the other one is the rough draft. The rough draft of the annotated bibliography. That is due on the 20th of April. But all the other due dates are right here. I have put the due dates in quite a few different places, so you should not have any difficulty in keeping up with when things are due. If you're not certain, please feel free to email me, but just be aware that there are a lot of different places where I've put the due dates. Okay, so here are the things that you will be working on this semester. Let me get back to that. Whoops, did I close that? I hope not. There we go. Okay, we will be working with argument this semester. You will need to choose a topic that you see a problem in the world, and you want to understand that problem better. You're going to research that problem. After you write a proposal, you're going to talk about the problem. You're going to write about the problem. You're going to write about some of the things that you have found out about the problem. You're going to perform a rhetorical analysis of one of the readings. You're going to create an annotated bibliography of a series of texts about the problem, keeping in mind you are working with one topic. You may not change your topic midway through. I know that frequently students say, oh, there's nothing out there on my topic. Good Lord, the internet is out there, and there is all kinds of stuff out there. If there is an issue with not being able to find things related to your topic, then there are steps that you can take, and we'll talk about that some more when we get into the research part of this. But you will have one topic that you work with throughout the semester. You will write a proposal. You will rhetorically analyze one of the research products that you find. You will find a series of texts out there in the world, preferably texts from the library, such as scholarly journals or books or book chapters. I don't think we're limited to that, but you do need to include some of those. You will turn in the annotated bibliography, and then you will write a research essay making use of the research that you did on your problem and making an argument for a particular way to fix the problem. This is all over the same topic. The topic that you choose up here in week 1 is going to be the topic that you write about down here in week 8. So that's the calendar. That's the way that our website breaks down. If you get to a particular week and you are not sure what's going on, please let me know. It is certainly not beyond the possibility of that I have made a mistake with a date or have set something up wrong on our LMS. I'm still learning this LMS, and running into issues from time to time. So if you see something that doesn't seem to make sense, please do email me, because I do want to know if there's something out there that is just not working out and is not set up right or what have you. Email me and I will go and look at it and let you know. Okay, I am going to move on and work on the first video that will go right here, but welcome to class, good luck, and I will see you online.